8 o'clock on Friday evening, and this is the first of our Unique Lives shows. The Unique Lives shows are here so that every Friday evening we can interview someone with an interesting life story or someone who's done something sort of different or unique with their lives. So today we've got a really inspirational girl, someone who's travelled all over the world doing what she wants. She got a notion and she just went and did it. It's Quin. She's a professional wrestler from Baldoyle in Dublin. She started wrestling over 10 years ago and has been doing it ever since. Hi Rebecca.
Hiya, how are you doing?
How are you doing? I was looking you up and my God, you've just been everywhere. It seems like you got into wrestling in 2002 when you were just 15.
Yeah.
Why wrestling?
Because I'd watched it when I was a kid and I'd always loved it, but I was ridiculously unfit when I was a teenager and I failed PE. I just wouldn't run. I'd eat nothing but junk food. But I always loved watching wrestling. But it couldn't have even been a thing, that it couldn't have even been a dream to do because there was nowhere in Ireland that did it. Certainly when I was that age anyway. But my brother was going to go over to England to NWA UK Hammerlock and train over there with a guy called Andre Baker for a summer camp. And obviously I was 15, so I didn't think, my mom was going to let me go away for the summer and wrestle with a bunch of big, muscly, hairy men, and sleep in a gym. So then when I found out that two of the guys who trained over there were going to open up a school in Bray, then I went along. I lied about my age. I said I was like 17, you had to be 16 to join. And then I joined and that was it. I just fell in love with it. Absolutely loved it.
Okay, wrestling. You said you got one brother. Did you beat the heads off each other growing up?
Yeah. We always.
So you've always had a competitive edge.
Completely, we'd have the little wrestling matches on my ma's bed, drop kicking each other, and we'd have all the characters and our friends would come in and we'd always play wrestling, I guess.
And was it watching WWF and things that got you into it?
Oh yeah, completely 100%. I didn't watch anything else back then. I watch everything, Japanese wrestling, Mexican wrestling, everything, but yeah, that would have been the only thing we would have ever seen anyway.
And are there differences? You just said Japanese, all these sorts of things. I've only recently discovered that boxing and wrestling are different things. Wrestling, is it acting or is it an actual game? Is it a competition?
It's sports entertainment.
Okay.
It's a theatrical sporting event.
Okay. So this is what you started doing at 15.
Yes.
So when did it really take off? When did you really get into wrestling as a job?
Well, so I still, when I was 17, I went to college, I went to UCD, I was studying history, politics and philosophy, and I still had the notion that I was going to go on and be a lawyer. That was going to be my backup plan, to be a lawyer.
It's a great backup plan. How did college go?
But I decided at one match in Kildare, 17, I was like, oh, this is it. This is what I really want to do with my life. And then I couldn't handle UCD. It was just a concrete jungle. I wasn't really that, I liked history, but I would never pay attention really for doing any of my homework and stuff. I'd just go into college so that I could use the gym. So I decided to drop out and move over to Canada, because that's, where Bret Hart comes from. It's a big, long history of professional wrestling in Canada, and I could get a non-student visa easier for there than I could for the States. Okay. So I just decided to go off and
Okay. Did you have your family support and things to go to Canada?
Completely. Yeah, actually completely. My mom was a little bit apprehensive. I didn't know anybody really over there. I had a cousin who I hadn't met since I was a baby, who was living on Vancouver Island. I guess I've always been, not always, but I've been quite independent and I'm able to look after myself. So yes, they were supportive. They were really supportive.
Okay. Did you have a backup plan going to Canada? Did you have money? You just sort of went on a notion?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I had no idea what I was going to do when I got out there. Well, I just figured that it would work out, and if anything, and if it didn't work out, then I could just come home. So,
Okay, that's good fun.
yeah, I had about 2,000 in my bank account.
Okay, actually, I should mention, if anyone does want to get involved or ask Rebecca any questions, feel free to tweet us at FECTV. But, okay, so you're in Canada. Do wrestling matches actually seriously pay? Because, like, I mean, obviously you need to pay rent. You need to pay a deposit. How did you go from day to day at the start?
Oh, well, day to day I lived off my savings. I, like, for the first little while, you know, I was getting paid whatever, $50 a match. And wrestling maybe twice a week. So, you know, I lived off protein shakes. I kind of slept on friends' couches and stuff when, like, my money ran out. And then my cousins let me stay with them. So I lived with them in Vancouver Island. And then I got sent off to Japan, and that paid a lot more, doing tours around Japan and over in America and everything like that. So I tour in America as well.
And like, do promoters just spot you and notice you, or had you things planned?
No, I had nothing. Like, I really had no plans whatsoever. Promoters, yeah, basically, I mean, the better you are and the more over you get with the crowd and the more people like you, then you're gonna get booked.
Okay, that's interesting. I looked up some of your matches on YouTube. I cannot get over it. There's like tens and hundreds of thousands of views on everything. I think we actually have a video which we can play here. If something we found. Actually, we're not going to play the video, but basically, you get in a ring, you smash chairs on people, this is really, really, really rough. And obviously you did really well in Japan, so I mean, you're pretty used to beating the head off people. Like, smashing chairs. I read one thing about you. You refereed a match in Washington once between Christopher Rysek and Caden Matthews, and it was, fair enough match, but then Rysek won because you smashed a chair across the other guy's head. I was just like, that's not very fair. Are the matches, they're all predetermined, are they, who wins?
Huh?
Are they predetermined who wins the wrestling matches?
It's like theater. It's a sport. It's a sort of entertainment.
Can't say. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. After Japan and things, what happened for you then?
Japan was ongoing, and after Canada probably appropriately. After Canada, I came back and I was kind of working on the Irish scene, or the European